Okay, all right. Hello, everybody. It's good to be back after 2 weeks. We
She
miss
means it this
you.
time.
We miss you. So, I just want to introduce myself real quickly because we want to give all the time that we have to Greta. We have a wonderful topic and we'd like to hear about that. In case you don't know me, I'm Sarah M. I I'm from Cambodia. I grew up there, and I lived through a very hard time when my country gone through a Khmer Rouge communist regime, and I struggled through that situation. Almost did not make it. I was near death, but thank to God, His kindness keep me alive, and I'm here. I'm just beyond grateful just to say that I'm here in this country and interacting with wonderful people here in the United States. It's just amazing. So that's all I want to say. And I have my book published. My book is called How I Survived the Killing Fields. And also, I'm a speaker. I like to share my story because it can help inspire people to live through a hard time. So if I can make it, I give you hope. So that's all I want to say. Back to you, Lee.
Well, thank you, Sarah. It's refreshing after 2 weeks not talking to her. I was like, yes, it is back. Sarah's starting. So Sarah is my co-host, and my name is Lee Tran. If you stumble across this platform brand new, we welcome you, and please hang around because we always have great topic and great discussion about thriving story. So I also came from a refugee background, pretty much the same time frame Sarah did. I came to United States in 1980, which is after 8 months in the refugee camp, escaping the communists out of Vietnam on boats. So therefore, we were labeled as boat people back then. So my family and I landed in Minnesota, and we started our life from very the bottom up, from the ground up, from there. But life has been a long journey, and finally 2 years ago I told a little bit of my story on the TEDx stage and got really well received. So I took the plunge and wrote my memoir last year. The memoir is called I Did Not Miss the Boat, um, memoir of a refugee, a Vietnam Hoa refugee. So it explained a little bit of my background. So I too am a coach, a life coach, a speaker, and also an author. And the same with Sarah. I like to bring my message out to also inspire hope, inspire people that it's never too late to start anything that you love in life. And we started this platform since last March, since the pandemic, to talk about thriving. And since May last year, we started interviewing more and more people to come share with us their thriving story. And every month we have a theme. And this month's theme, starting with compassion and kindness. So today we have Greta Kirchbaugh, and she's going to share with us. I believe, Greta is the board member of the Tampa Bay Research Institute.
No, I just volunteer. I'm a volunteer. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I've been with them 20 years. So.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yes.
Board member. But she's probably know inside out about the mission of the Tampa Bay Research Institute. And I am sure there is a story behind it. So who found it and what is it about? So we're going to have Greta share with us, first of all, Greta's background and how she got involved with this institute and the story of the institute and where did kindness come from.
Okay, fantastic. About 20 years ago, I decided to go back to school and get my MBA. And one of the first jobs I took was in nonprofit. and it was with the Tampa Bay Research Institute. And for those in St. Petersburg, it's on the corner of Roosevelt, right near Jabel, the big Jabel building, Roosevelt 9th Street North, Martin Luther King Street North. And they've been around since 1981. So 40 years we're coming up. Yeah, same year. And your stories, and I wish we could have Dr. Tanaka on tonight, but it was founded by Dr. Akiko Tanaka. And she did her studies. She did her work, her college work in Japan. She's from Japan, Showa University. And she came over to do her doctoral work here, Chapel Hill, and loved it. She fell in love with America. So that was back in the late 70s, and just really ice cream. The joke is ice cream. She loved ice cream so much, she decided to stay here and not go back to Japan.
1 point for ice cream.
Yes, yes. And she loved everything American. So she was a young woman back in the, early to late 80s. Still was kind of unheard of for an Asian woman to be in a big position of power like that. But she managed to secure millions of dollars and built this institute, 35,000 square foot institute right there on the corner of Roosevelt and 9th Street in St. Pete. And it was a laboratory. She wanted to study the immune system. And basically her story is, back when she was a child, she came to school one day and she looked behind her, and one of her schoolmates wasn't in school that day. And she went and she said to the teacher, where's so-and-so? And they had to tell her that so-and-so died of the flu. And she thought, well, that should not be happening. This is the world we live in today. People should not be dying of the flu. So it became her life's mission now to study infectious diseases. Any disease that's debilitating. And a debilitating disease is something that you may not die from right away. I know that sounds really horrible. I don't want to talk about horrible stuff on the show, but that's what she decided to study is illnesses that we could prevent, illnesses that no one should have to die of the flu. The Tampa Bay Research Institute started working their very first research. They got the very first AIDS grant back in the early 80s to research on AIDS. So they were one of the first organizations to find the correlation between the autoimmune and AIDS. They were the ones to discover that. So it was a huge discovery. And since the very beginning, they've had students from other countries come, stay. So they're very student focused. And it's been a nonprofit. So somehow for 40 years, they have managed to stay independent and all donor funds. So I think this month is a great month to talk about giving and passion and caring, because with all the donors, they're the ones that have kept the Institute alive for 40 years. So this will all culminate in a big event that's coming up. And I think that's why Sarah asked me to jump on and talk tonight. Next month, we have a big event, and it will be a celebration of our 40 years. We'll talk about our research over the years. We'll talk about how we've made it. And the public will be open. There's stuff on our website, tbri.org. You guys will see it in the, I think Sarah put the website stuff in the Facebook. Go out there, you can click on that. Give us your address if you'd like an invitation. But going back to just this whole idea of coming from adversity, Dr. Tanaka coming over here and not only being a woman, but being an Asian woman was very difficult for her. She met a lot of, she was not the president in the beginning. There was a male lead. And when he had finished his work, she did take over probably in the late 80s. She became the president. So she's been the president almost 30 years. And she's the co-founder and president to this day. And she couldn't come on tonight because they're actually filing a patent tomorrow.
Great.
So she's right there. She's over in the lab right now getting the final, working with the lawyer. They're sitting down tonight, and then they have the meeting with the board tomorrow. We have filed almost 4 patents this year, almost. So that's a lot. If you guys know science, that's a lot. So the initial research, I'll just tell you really quick, and then you guys can ask me some questions if you want. The initial research all focuses on the Pinecone extract. So those of you who are familiar with that, we've been boiling tea and making tea with pine cones for over 1,000 years. So it's not a new remedy. Okay. So that was part of her mission, was to bring Eastern remedies over to the West and get us to start thinking about plants and natural remedies. So, and you know, Sarah works with health. She works in her health and has her health program. And that's what the focus is. The focus is on not just nutrition and feeling better, but you know, the research supports that if you feel better, you're less likely to die from cancer, okay, or even get cancer. So this has become our lives goal now at the Institute, is to really prevention and looking at ways that we can use nature. So it's that East versus West, nature versus science. So what's happened with the Pinecone extract now is it's being manufactured. It's going to be able to be synthesized in a form where it can be, you know, 90% stronger and more effective. So you can get the extra. Immune Extra is a supplement. That's the actual Pinecone extract in a powder form, but you can also then, well, eventually you'll be able to get, you know, the medication, and it's Alzheimer's. We're showing research that it's stopping Alzheimer's, preventing cancer, and allergies. It works for allergies. So that's
wonderful.
yeah.
Oh my God, this is awesome. It struck really near and dear to my heart because I did research for the AIDS project for many years at Merck. And what I want to ask is, so does she have a department that with chemistry department, biology department? Like how big is the research institute? I mean, they have postdoc.
Yeah, we've got, right now we have 2 principal investigators and researchers working with them. So they're working primarily on this particular idea right now. They're breaking the molecule. So they've identified some of the molecules. Yeah. And so that's the focus right now. And our students, we have a student research program. So the students will come in, usually they're in college. We encourage college students. They come in and they usually work with us over the summer. And 9 times out of 10, we're hiring them. So these are young, and these are young scientists, hungry. I want to say men, but I can't. It's women. We really are, and it's well, they do have a young man working there now. I'm sorry, but yeah. So there's there's a group of younger scientists, but they're scientists. They're all working toward their PhD, and then also 2 principal investigators that are full time on this one project. So that's their focus right now. Over the years, at one point they had a whole department on herpes simplex, and they've also had other projects too. So they've kind of morphed through it all. So once
I guess that they've gone from AIDS, from virus to now it's cancer.
Yeah, it was mostly virology. I think that's what her big focus was on, virus.
Anything about COVID virus?
Nothing on the COVID,
corona?
nothing on COVID, but Dr. Bradley has put out a couple of videos. Dr. Bradley is one of our principal investigators, and he came from Ecker College. So he was a full-time professor at Ecker College, and he's a virologist, and he came from that background. And yeah, so we've got some videos out there. We've fielded a lot of calls. We have had a lot of people call us, and we've tried to be that anchor, but our focus is really strictly on trying to really build the strong immune system so that
natural remedy.
So we keep you.
There's a lot of time you can extract things out of plant and then see the original molecule, and then modify, optimize it to make it more effective, you know, going against the virus or the bacteria or whatever thing that you are going against with. Do they have a government funding for this, or it's strictly
right now? There's no government funding now, but they have had in the past. In the past, they have. Right now, it is 100% funded by the community. 100% individual donors. Individuals. And you know, just a lot of that is just because some of the scientific grants have just dried up. There's some of them there, you know that being in the field. So it comes in waves, and if there's something that they will jump on a wave if there's a big opportunity. But so over the years they've been grant funded, some funds from the community, some funds from like businesses. So, but mostly right now the funds are from individuals and businesses. We have business funding too.
And the current project right now is on prevention, on immunity prevention.
Yeah, and working on the molecules and pulling those out and doing tests. We've been doing tests. We've done animal tests, so they're in the you know the pharmaceutical thing. I don't know it too well, but I know that we're
Yeah.
already testing. We haven't tested on people. We don't do that. So
No,
when
you
it
have to
when it
go
comes
through
to a point,
safety,
yeah, when it comes to a point where we're ready for that, then we'll have we'll have
It's a
someone
long
else
haul.
work.
It used to
It's a
be.
really long.
Now they just doing a lot more fast track.
Yes.
Like usually a drug, it take at least 10 to 12 years to get
Yes.
through all the safety assessment, first the efficacy and then the safety assessment, and then phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 before it's actually be out in the market.
Yep.
So it is a long haul.
It is. But we've already been testing on animals, so on the mice. So we are already finding results. So they're a lot farther along than
and
we
this is more
were very
on
lucky.
And in particular, you say with, on the Pinecone extract.
Yeah, this would be on that particular.
Of like boosting your immune system.
Boosting the immune system, like an adjuvant. An adjuvant
Okay.
is what it is. So it's going to be in addition to. So in addition to chemotherapy. So if you're on chemotherapy, then this came out of the AIDS research study years ago too. We noticed that patients that were taking this pinecone extract, AIDS patients and cancer patients, they did not lose their fingernails or their hair. And that's when it started, wait a minute, what's going on inside there? Why? And they weren't ill. So people who are taking the extract or taking the immune extra with, they're not getting the side effects like they normally would. It's really, that's when I think the light bulb went off.
That's hopeful, because curing one thing, getting a side effect to knock on another one, that is not building confidence either.
Right, right.
Coming out, you cure cancer cells, but then you also lose all the hair, and you feel awful, you're nauseating.
And working towards something that's not going to kill every cell in your body. I mean, that'd be the perfect opportunity, right? Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So,
and the nicest thing is that immune extract doesn't interfere with the medication, with the procedure. So that is the biggest.
That's good.
Yeah, it's a natural remedy, and it's something that we've just heard nothing but good things, and we've got nothing but good experiments with that, and just moving it to the next level.
So does it need, I mean, is it helpful for regular people who has no need, as like if somebody is not going through chemos, or somebody just normal people just want for boosting immune system, is that safe? Are they testing for those?
I mean, I take it, I take it, and I get colds every once in a while, and every time I do, I take it, and my cold is cut in half, so usually I don't take it until I feel that tickle, like we talked about, and then I'll take it.
Available.
Well, the immune extra is the immune extra. That's the supplement. That is the natural supplement. Yeah.
And buy those?
Amazon.
Okay. And that's from Tampa Bay Institute?
Yep. And it's Trader Joe's. What is it? Not Trader Joe's. What's the other one? Yeah, is it not Trader Joe's?
I heard it was at Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's. Okay, yeah, that one of those. Yeah, Rolling Oats. Rolling Oats. Yeah. And Amazon. Yeah, Amazon's probably got the better deal because they always do. But yeah, so you can get that now. And I mean, if you're taking it with a cold or you feel the flu coming on, that's the time to take it. So it's not going to hurt you.
Is there any indication that it also can help you protecting a little bit toward the coronavirus?
We don't know yet. We're still working on that. But definitely the Alzheimer's part. I mean, that's another branch now, is as we've been dealing with all of these stories and all of this anecdotal evidence over the past, I don't want to say 10 or 15 years, we are hearing people say that Alzheimer's patients aren't getting worse.
Wow.
So yeah, so with the COVID, now I had COVID, and my mind I have definitely noticed a huge difference in my mental capacity. And so maybe I'm someone who should, I don't know, maybe I should take it. I don't know. But and then so we don't know. Maybe we'll see in the long term.
Wow. So how is the Research Institute being affected since COVID? Is there a lot of people who still continue donating
Actually, yes, we actually, you know, we had to cancel our big gala last year, and that hurt us because that is our biggest fundraiser, and that's the one that's this year, September 30th. We did have that scheduled. It was scheduled for like May of 2020, and then of course everybody canceled or shut down. And then we had a little live auction, and it did pretty good. Our donors, we got donors from outside of our area, but yeah, that's our biggest fundraiser. But we did, you know, keep up with our donors, and people are still giving. I mean, yeah, it did hurt. Obviously it hurt because we couldn't have our event, and people, you know, were struggling. But still our community has, I'm going to be honest with you, has really stepped up to the plate, and really, and science hasn't stopped. I mean, I think the Institute was closed maybe not very long, just for safety reasons.
If anything, probably make people work harder and faster.
I think so. I think we were very active. We had some amazing results. Yep.
So you mentioned about they're filing for a patent. Can you tell me what kind of patent are they?
I don't know. I probably couldn't. I'd probably have to hang up and delete the video. No, I'm just kidding. I really don't know, Lee. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay. That's all right.
I know we put a patent out like a year and a half ago, and we actually, when it was actually published, we sent out to our community of donors a little picture of it. It was really cool. So I can get you that one if you want to see that.
No, I'm just. Yeah,
this one is just getting filed. So
for the application for the patent, I thought.
I'm sure it has something to do with the molecules again, and you know, being able to identify what this is made of, and how it's going to help. So how it's going to help. Yeah. You know all about, I forgot you know all about that stuff. I forgot.
Oh, it's been 15.
We need you. I need your help.
Oh my God. Yeah.
When you come to St. Pete, I'll give you a tour.
Yeah, every time I patent something, I get $1 for mug, like a whoopee dollar for mug. Well, because, you know, I work for Merck, and whatever I did is belong to Merck, and just a gesture of something, they give you $1. So I was collecting a lot of dollars back then.
But I think one of the things that I'm just going to say very quickly that we are very proud of is we are educating the scientists. There's two young women who have come through, and one is finishing her postdoctoral work at Moffitt, which is huge. Okay. And another young lady's going to a very prestigious school. We're educating the future of our scientists, and they're all going to get their PhD. They're all going to do their doctoral work. And the one young lady who's finishing, she'll probably come back and work with us. That's usually what happens. And we are so proud of that. And that's just Dr. Bradley working with students, and they work. They don't come in and make photocopies of journals. They're actually in the lab.
Dedicated people in the lab. I know.
They're in the lab, and they're actually working on the project.
Almost like just bring the sleeping bag and stay there, camp there day and night.
Seen it, and I've seen these young students come in, and just in the last 2 years, I think there's been four young folks, 3 women and 1 young man, and they're all now going to work on their PhD. They're gonna, if not, they're started it or they're working on it. So that's what we're most proud about, is the fact that we've made it 40 years. We've made it on community donations, community support, passion for our mission, which is pretty much to eradicate infectious diseases, you know, and to educate. So part of that is health education, trying to get everything up and running. I'm helping them build a new website right now that'll have a little blog on it with more educational facts. So we're really trying to get that message clear too. Now we aren't in the big building anymore. We've gone to a smaller lab. And we'll eventually probably expand again. And to be honest with you, the reason why we're in a smaller location is that equipment has gotten better. So you like computers. Remember centrifuge?
I would love to get
come on by. Remember the first centrifuge was the size of the first centrifuge was the size of a building, you know, and now everything's computer generated, and some of the systems that they're using to go through the whole spectrometer, all those, they're really small now. So we've kind of downsized our space, and we'll eventually again expand. But come on by the lab. I'll take you by.
Expensive. Those
equipment is very expensive.
Like MRI,
Yep.
NMR.
Spectrometers and centrifuges and pipettes and I will tell you that we were affected by COVID because of the lack of, obviously, everybody getting vaccines and all of the research going into that. It's been hard to get pipettes and things like that. So that did kind of hurt us a little. I think things are almost back to normal, but getting the little supplies that you use every day was difficult because it was more important that these groups working on the vaccines, receive that stuff. So, but we're rocking and rolling. I'm there. I go in a few days a week and it's just busy. There's a lot going on, and they've published in the last couple of years. They've published,
exciting.
and it's just for just a small staff. I don't want to say a small organization, but for a small group, we're really doing some very big things. And
the best
yes,
thing
equipment
about
is
science about, if you find something new, that can actually give you hope for weeks and months based on that one new finding, and it just excites everybody up. The money is definitely need to come in to keep that excitement up, because we need to find new things all the time. One thing I want to ask is, how do people contribute to the September 30th? How do they is there a ticket for sales? Is there
no, what we'll do is go to the website. It's TBRI.org. Go to the website and you can click right on there on the event tab. I think it's right on the front page, and you can give us your address and we'll send you an invitation. We'll actually send you a paper invitation, and it's a donation. It's a donation request. So you want to come, it's a suggested donation, or just come. And Sarah goes every year. Sarah's there every year. And yeah, we like you to RSVP. Let us know you're coming. We'll put you on the guest list, and we have a beautiful auction. And that's what really drives this event is we have a grab bag where you buy a grab bag. We have a ticket giveaway. We'll do like a 50-50.
How big is this event? How many people are you anticipating?
A couple hundred, usually a few hundred. We do it at the big Hilton. There's a Hilton down here. There's a Hilton like right across the street, and we do it at the nice Hilton in their nice gala room, and it's nice. And we give you a little bit of update on what we're doing for science, and we'll give you some. The first drink is on us. And hors d'oeuvres and a drink, and have fun, socializing. Imagine we'll move stuff out, we'll social distance. But Sarah comes every year, so Sarah helps me. She helps me get the auction ready every year.
I usually donate my books.
Yep, you donate your books, but
they
can use all kinds of donation for auction.
Well, I have a basket I could donate, but
that would be wonderful.
To Tampa Bay, that's a bit of a distance, but
no, I'm going to come by. I'm going to be in Orlando in a few weeks. Remember, so I'm going to swing by.
Okay,
and hang out with
now
you.
Into September is still a little bit of time.
There's still some time,
Yeah.
If you're offering, I will drive by.
Let's
be my little red car.
Greta's
little red car.
She is full of energy. Please, people, donate. Check out the website, and also if you have any interest about finding out about the Institute, please by all means talk to Greta. She is packed full of energy. She will keep you entertained. She will keep you educated. She will keep you up to date what's going on. So thank you for your kindness.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you
for your compassion about finding a cure for mankind, and will really appreciate. I wish I'm close by. I would definitely be part of it, but it's a bit far.
Yeah,
but I'll check it out. I will take a look at it. But any last thing that would you like to share with us?
Just thank you to you and Sarah for keeping the community informed and keeping us good. And we're glad you're back, because I miss you.
Thank you. It's nice to be missed.
I want to ask all my authors friends, if you have a book, just join me, because we want to have the book. What is that? The book basket.
Like a book basket. Yeah.
I happen to have a basket with a bottle of wine, with 2 books, and with some chocolate in there, nicely prepared.
I'll be driving. I'm going to swing by. I'll be swinging by.
So it can be yours. I mean, back when I have the drapery, oh, I might be able to do a basket of that for you too. I used to always make gift basket, and any organization come and ask for it, and I have gift ready to donate, like custom made pillows and all this table
nice,
runners.
nice.
I still have quite a few that I can dig them out.
That would be great. That would be great. And then we're putting the auction will be online for a week before the event. So the items will be up there. Your name will be up there. So everybody's going to get a little extra exposure. And I do a little Facebook shout out, and we put you a little on the website there. We'll list it on the website. So you get a little out. Yeah. So if anybody's got basket ideas, or the authors that are watching the call.
Anything unique, people would love it, especially handmade stuff. I think
I appreciate it. Yeah, that all does well. We have artwork, we have homemade stuff.
And all the theme, people out there, if you have a theme of beach or a theme of gardens, a theme of anything, you can make a basket. I mean, one time at my church, they even have a little red wagon with all the pots and shovels and all the garden tools.
That's a great idea.
It was a great idea. So I love basket theme gift raffles, stuff like that for donations, and
that would be great. Thank you for that. Okay, ladies.
Sure. Yes. Well, thank you so much for coming on and tell us about the Tampa Bay Research Institute, and we really appreciate you, and we appreciate to be back. And
the Institute can use all kinds of support, either donation or just buy the auction items, or just attend.
Sounds good. All right. Thank you so
ladies.
much, everyone. Have a great evening, and we will see you again tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.